Okay, so this is going to be part 2 to me renewing my carry permit in Pennsylvania. So I'm going to be filling out this paper, but obviously a lot of information will be personal information, so I'm just going to go over it with you in the video right now, and then directly after I shut the camera off, I'll of course fill it out and do whatever I have to do next. So let's read this and see what we got to do. Dear Pike County Carry Permit Holder, that was me. Your license to carry permit will expire within 60 days. You will find the renewal application enclosed. You do not need to provide references unless you allow your permit to expire more than 30 days. If you have already renewed your permit, please disregard this notice. Okay, so this is something that's supposed to come in the mail automatically prior to your carry permit expiring. But because I had a little issue with the mail situation, it got returned to them, and luckily I just was conscious of when my thing expires and I went to go get this myself. Okay, all pages to be filled out and signed in the appropriate areas. Please read all instructions carefully. All completed application must be hand-delivered to the Pike County Sheriff's Office in person for proper identification. This must be done by the applicant. Please allow at least 2 weeks for processing before your expiration date. Any mailed application will be returned to you, delaying the renewal process. Thank you for your prompt response to this matter, also in maintaining safe and responsible weapon ownership in Pike County. All right, so basically saying is fill this crap out, and you have to come in person to make sure that you are in fact the person doing this, so it's not through the mail. I like that. I have no problem with that. It's a little bit of a trip for me, but I prefer that as opposed to them kind of allowing people to do this by mail, because there's no real verification that you are who you say you are. So I have no problem with that. That's cool. Cool beans, as they say. All right, so here we go. Number 1, applicant must be 21 years of age and reside in Pike County, which I am. Number 2, read and complete the application for Pennsylvania license to carry firearms. All questions must be answered. Number 3, enter your physical as well as your mailing address. P.O. boxes are not accepted without proof of physical address. Number 4, you must bring the application in person with proper ID, driver's license or non-driver's ID. Attach a legible copy of your driver's license to application. If your driver's blah, blah, blah. Okay, number 5, if you were born outside the United States, please attach a copy of your naturalized citizenship certificate. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Number 6, photos are required and taken at the sheriff's office, just like on my ID now. The time I go return this and pay for it and everything, they will take my picture. All right, number 7, fees are required for new and renewal applications. That was number 7. Number 8, attach a check or money order in the amount of $5. That's the application fee. Payable to blah, blah, blah. There'll be a $15 permit charge when it's picked up. All right, so to renew my permit, I have to give them $5 for my application and then $15 when I come pick it up. So it's $20 to renew. I have no problem with that. What is it, 5 years? Hang on, let me grab my thing out of my wallet. See what how long, I think it's 3 or 5 years. I want to say 5 though, but I'll confirm that in a moment, so I'm not just guessing. All right, this was good from 2008 to 2013, so yes, it's a 5-year carry permit. So $20 for 5 years, I'm all for it. That's pocket change. Okay, number 9, new applicants. All right, basically when I first got my application, or when I first put my application in for my carry permit in Pennsylvania, I needed 2 references. Basically 2 people that are not related to you, non-family members, that will say, they'll vouch for you and say, yeah, this person's responsible enough in my eyes to get a gun or to carry a gun concealed. All right, and the rest is blah, blah, blah. You know, it is what it is. That's basically the information. Fill all this stuff out. Give us $5 to look at this because that's our time, and give us another $20 to get it because that goes towards who knows what. All right, notice. Let's see, Privacy Act, blah, blah, blah. We won't tell anyone you got a permit. The Sheriff's Office is requesting your Social Security number. Your disclosure of that Social Security number is purely voluntary. Okay, so it's voluntary, but if you choose not to do it, I'm sure they still can deny you that thing. The request of your Social Security number is used. Okay. All right, so just some legal stuff like, yeah, you don't have to give it to us, but we can deny your application if you don't. All right, so here's the form to actually fill out. Here's the real paperwork. Applications for a Pennsylvania license to carry firearms. There's some very straightforward questions here. I mean, obviously, just like when you're buying a firearm in Pennsylvania, they want your date of birth, your name, your Social Security number, where you live. you know, if you're employed or not. Now here's what's interesting. Reasons for license to carry firearms, okay? I can tell you, my personal Sheriff Buki for my county, he's very pro-guns. And it doesn't matter whether you like this or not. It doesn't matter what you check off, self-defense, employment, hunting, fishing, target shooting, gun collecting, or other. It doesn't matter what you put here. On every single application, he checks off self-defense, personally. Whether that's legal or not, that's what he does. He checks off self-defense on there. I like that because if you ever need to use your firearm, you know, it's for self-defense. Every single person who has a firearm on them is going to consider that an option to defend their life if need be. So it's one of those just odd things he happens to do. All right, so then there's a series of questions here. Basically, you know, are you a citizen? And here's the first one. Is your character and reputation such that you would be likely to act in a manner dangerous to public safety? Are you a dangerous person? No, I would hope not. And so forth. Here, you can pause and read these if you wish. Like, are you an individual who is a habitual drunkard? Or who is addicted to or an unlawful user of marijuana or a stimulant, depressant, or narcotic drug? Blah, blah, blah. Have you ever received a dishonorable discharge from the United States Armed Forces? We made a video talking about that. Are you a fugitive from justice? This does not apply to moving or non-moving summary offenses under Title 75. All right, so, you know, are you a citizen? Blah, blah, blah. Somewhat similar to what you're filling out when you buy a firearm in Pennsylvania. If you're in PA and you want to buy a gun, you know, you go to a gun dealer, FFL, and it's a very similar form. You answer a bunch of straightforward questions about yourself, and which basically they want to, you know, it's you verifying that you are or are not all of these things, and of course they're going to find that out anyway, but basically it's you, you know, signing off on that. And then you're just your personal information. That's pretty much it. You date and sign it. So what else do we have here? Oh, this is more of an explanation of, okay, so they're referencing this sheet in the previous one as far as the form goes, which would further explain some of the things that are in question. Like, these are different offenses you can be, I guess, arrested for. Murder, corrupt organizations, possession of weapon on school property, stalking, assault by life prisoner, kidnapping, unlawful restraint, rape, luring a child into a motor vehicle or structure, causing or risking catastrophe, causing or risking catastrophe, yes, burglary, blah, 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 involuntary, deviant sexual intercourse. What if it was non-deviant? What if it was involuntary, non-deviant sexual intercourse? I don't know. All right, escape. Convicted of escape. It's interesting. Okay, so this basically further explains that crap in case you had some questions on that. And that's it. Important. Please read carefully before applying for a pistol permit. By signing the application, you are signing a legal document. Any false information on the questions from 30 to 33 on the application will result in prosecution. If you have any questions, it is your responsibility to contact the sheriff. Sign and date. And then, let's see. Read carefully. This form must be attached to application. Print legibly or type your local police agency. Okay. Have you previously applied for a license? Blah, blah, blah. If you're rejected, blah, blah, blah. Place of birth, Pennsylvania resident. How many years? And then how many years in your specific county? Blah, blah, blah. Sign and date. Is that it? That is it. All right. So that's the paperwork for my county anyway. So I'm going to fill this out right now. And I'm going to very soon, probably later today, I'll go back to the sheriff's department to get the ball rolling, and I will give my application, print out, and everything I need with it, the photocopy of my license, and in my case, I have a change of address card on there as well, and all the proper identification and whatnot. So I'll get all that ready to go, and I'll give it to them with my $5. And I believe they wanted a check. I don't know, it's in here somewhere, but I'll be sure to reread this again off camera to make sure everything's on the up and up. Yeah, $5 payable to the sheriff's. All right, yeah, check or money order. I'll write a check. So a $5 check plus this stuff, and then when I go pick it up, they're very specific. And when you pick your thing out, I don't know why. I'm sure it's for record purposes, but the $15 is going to cost you to get your permit once you have it ready. They want a money order or check for $14, and then they want $1 in cash. I don't know why, but that's their system. So there you go. So I'm gonna write a $5 check, fill this paperwork out, and then return it to them, and I will make another part of this video when the next step is ready to be filmed. So that's it. Thanks for watching part 2. There'll be a part 3, and who knows, maybe a part 4. We'll see what happens. So that's it. Thanks for now. Again, I'm going to encourage everyone to make their own videos on their process of either first obtaining a concealed carry permit, whatever state they happen to live in, and then, or in my case, just film the process of renewing. This will greatly help people who live where you live, and because you can look up this information online and try to read about it, but video format is the best way and most entertaining and most comprehensive way to learn things. When you have a visual aspect and you have the audio, it's one thing just reading something online. But some people, you understand things a lot better when you're hearing someone explain it to you and, seeing it. So it's very beneficial. I would highly recommend other people, filming this process like I am. So that's it. If nothing else, if you never, moved to Pennsylvania or never live here, never care, it's just knowledge. That's all. It's just something you happen to know. So maybe you're having a conversation with someone and they're like, oh yeah, I live in PA, I'm trying to do this. And you're like, oh yeah, I know all about that. How do you know about that? Well, I'm a YouTuber. That's why. I'm a viewer. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Gus is patiently waiting. Oh, he ran. Damn. What's that? That's my sexy knee. He was just sitting there and looking at me, patiently waiting for his lunch, which I'm going to give him right now. He came back. He came back. Gus. Good. You hungry? Oh, you want your lunch? You hungry? Lunchtime? Who's got lunch? Who wants lunch? Oh, he's running again. Oh, sexy knee. All right, my tripod's on the fritz. I will see you guys later. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.